Hi, it's Ferris here from Gardening with Spirit, and today I'm going to share with you some of my tips for when you are sowing seeds. Now, these aren't your traditional tips. There are lots of places where you can get really practical information about what compost to use, what soil, all that kind of thing. There's a really good channel, the Horticultural Channel, that has lots of great practical information. In this video, I'm giving you more, I suppose you could say, woo-woo tips. Tips that I use that maybe people wouldn't necessarily think of, that I feel get plants off to a fabulous start. So today I'm sowing my skirt. I've sowed a few tomatoes and chilies before. And what I do when I'm sowing is to give these seeds the best start. And this might get a bit woo-woo, so bear that in mind. I feel that my mood when I'm going to sow seeds, my energy when I'm going to sow seeds is really, really important. I want to get these guys off to a really great start, and I believe that my mood and my intention at that time makes a big difference. So if I'm ever feeling grumpy or crotchety or anything like that, I will not sow seeds when I'm in a bad mood. I will go out and do some weeding or walk around the garden or something, but I highly recommend that when you're sowing seeds, do it sort of with conscious appreciation, because it's so exciting that the little seed turns into the big plant. I know that can sound a bit cliche, but it is, and it always excites me, and I like to be in an excited mood, a good mood when I sow my seeds. So that is my first tip. You can take it further if you do energy work. Sometimes I'll do a little Reiki on my seeds, but just send them some good vibes. Just welcome them. I always welcome them. I always say, grow well for me, grow well for me, welcome. So I like to do that. I find it fun. So that is my first tip. Now, I also use some remedies sometimes when I'm sowing. I'm a flower essence practitioner, so I use a lot of flower essences, and I can use them in the garden. When I'm preparing my potting compost, sometimes I will use flower essences. Now, in other videos I've spoken about the Perelandra garden in the States. There's a lady called Michelle Small-Wright who has spent years interacting with nature to find ways to get the best out of her gardening in tune with nature. I do use sometimes a couple of her products. You don't have to, but it's kind of fun. She has one for soil. It's called ETS Plus for soil, so that's emergency trauma solution. So if I feel the compost needs a bit of revving up, I will put a couple of drops of that in a large amount of water, and I sometimes wet my compost slightly before I sow seeds. I may use that in it. I also may use it in the garden if I feel the soil needs rejuvenating. When I've sown seeds, and look, my tagetes are coming up, so exciting. When I have sown seeds, if they are distressed, sometimes, you know, seeds would damp off or get a bit leggy. She also has another product called ETS Plus for plants. So if any of my plants are in distress, I will use that. That being said, you don't have to use those specific products, but if you have plants in distress, there are things like Rescue Remedy. You could actually put a couple of drops of that in some water and put it in a sprayer and foliar spray your plants if they are kind of in distress, if they're not doing well, maybe they've been, you know, out in the sun and they've wilted a bit. Or you could be creative. I use Findhorn flower essences, so I would use something like sycamore to give things extra strength. Or if you use the back flowers, if your plants are looking a bit tired, why not try a little bit of olive essential oil, drop or two in that in water and water them with that. There's all sorts of creative approaches you can use when you're sowing and later on, and they are some of my favorites. So that's my tips for now. I'd love to hear your tips. How do you get your plants to grow well? Do you talk to them? Do you sing to them? What do you do when you're sowing your seeds? Do you have any little particular rituals or ways that you do it to get the best from them? So thanks for watching. I look forward to your comments. Bye for now.